I find myself in this weird in-between of wanting to care and also not wanting to care at all about what goes on in society. Is the world filled with distractions, or are we just easy at getting distracted? The world has become one giant clown show. And because of social media and the internet, we get to watch this clown show unfold from afar. And it's hard to bring yourself to care about anything in general just because of the overwhelming amount of noise and distractions constantly in our faces. Even for me, right, not being on social media, I'll open up my browser and the first thing I see is something about the news, and then I'll get sidetracked. So I can only imagine how it is for all the TikTok brains out there scrolling IG, looking at the trending pages. For example, right, I saw news about the Epstein client list, and in the back of my mind I was like, they're not gonna put out the damn list. And even though I knew this in the back of my mind, that it was just another distraction similar to how they talk about aliens every year, they've had this list for years and not one high profile person associated with the island has been investigated. You tell me why that is. The reality is all these high profile politicians, celebrities, billionaires, they're all Satanists and they get away with a bunch of shit. But everyone faces God eventually. But the point is, even that put me down a quick little rabbit hole, and all I got from it was apparently Stephen Hawking's ass was going crazy on that island as well.
What was Stephen Hawking doing on that list so much? Stephen Hawking was a freak.
And it got me thinking about how hard it is to find peace and stillness in a world filled with noise and distractions. Whether that's sports, celebrities, mainstream media programming, social media, AI, aliens, people crawling around in tunnels in New York City. But I don't know, a lot of people also want to be distracted because a lot of people live unfulfilling lives. And all of these distractions give us a sense of purpose. For example, let's take sports, right? Sports is one of the biggest distractions in the world. Just think about these like middle-aged dudes wearing jerseys 2 sizes too small, sitting at the edge of their couch, eating a Salisbury steak, drinking a beer. That's a foul, ref, as he loses his $25 parlay. Get that motherfucker! And the first time I realized following sports was pointless was when the Warriors won the 2015 championship. I'm from the Bay Area, so I grew up a Warriors fan. And I remember that year I was so invested in that playoff series, I watched every single game. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was happy for like 30 minutes, and then I sat there and thought to myself, I just wasted all this time watching every single game, and like this was the feeling at the end of it. It was just one giant distraction. Like, I didn't win anything. I don't know why people get so happy, like you're not on the team. And what I realized was people need to attach themselves to these distractions because they don't have meaning in their lives. Now don't get me wrong, it's good to bond with friends over, like it's Friday night and you guys got the game on and you're bonding over it, which is cool. But just to understand ultimately that it is a distraction and it is escapism, just like many things. They profit off you being a bot. That's why they need your attention. You want to talk about depression, focus on pop culture, sports, movies, and watch your life slip away. That's depression. Or another example, living vicariously through celebrities. Like Taylor Swift is dating some football player. Bro, there was so much noise about her dating this football player. I couldn't tell you more than 2 Taylor Swift songs. There is Romeo and Juliet, and then some other one. And even somehow I'm hearing about her dating this football player, like at work and stuff. And the only thing I know about this dude is that he's a shill for the liberal agenda because he took $20 million to promote gene therapy. Like, that's how far this goes. And people focus on the negativity of the false news to project their existential dread onto. And as weird as it sounds, all these things give people a sense of community and togetherness, which is what makes it dangerous. It's why people run to social media whenever something happens in the world. It makes them feel like they're all in it together. Do not fall into this psyop. If you find yourself doing what everyone else is doing, following the crowd, that's when you know you're going the wrong direction. And maybe distractions just help people cope, right? That's why you get the extremes of people on the right and people on the left. I just used the wrong hands. It gives them a sense of purpose, and it gives them a fight they don't actually have to be a part of, but just feel a part of. That's how you end up with 2 baristas arguing about politics at 8 AM while they make another caramel latte when their opinion doesn't even matter. Most of ours don't, including me. A few videos ago, I made a pretty solid video on social media, and I talked about how it's getting harder and harder to not exist on social media while still having a presence in society, which is a contrast to the point I'm making now, but it's about playing the game and maintaining that balance. But sometimes you really do have to unplug from all this shit. And it sounds like an obvious solution, the cliche, go outside, meditate, touch grass, make real connections, spend time with people around you, and don't focus on the BS. Like, prioritize yourself and your own goals. And the reason why this is such a focal point of self-improvement, like focus on yourself, is because what else are you going to do? Sit around refreshing the news, scroll Instagram, TikTok? clock in and out of a job you hate, watch people on your screen live a life you secretly wish you did, sit on the sidelines and let life pass by, wait for the aliens, wait for the government to bend you over again, put a mask on your face, take gene therapy? Like literally, what the f else are you supposed to do? I'm sure this year is gonna have a bunch of crazy stuff going on. And it seems like the past few years they've really been ramping it up. And we're all likely to fall victim to it again with our TikTok attention spans. There's just so much noise in the world, it's hard to disconnect, find peace and stillness. But try to find things that are real in your life. Having new experiences really helps with this. That was one of my main takeaways from last year that I'm pretty happy about. You know, I had a lot of new experiences, boxing, sparring, going on dates, traveling, working nights, reconnecting with old friends. I think it's all about finding things that immerse you in the present moment, when you're not thinking about the past or the future. And that's normally where you'll find peace, even if it's just for a moment. It is getting harder and harder, and it does feel like a pressure that's about to burst. But all you can do is control what you can and try to tune out everything possible. And a lot of people are afraid of missing out on something, but trust me, if it's significant, you'll hear about it regardless of whether you're tapped in or not. If you think about it, and I'm pretty sure I made this point before, the happiest moments in your life is when you're completely immersed in the present moment. Whether it was just that one night where you were enjoying with your friends, maybe you were traveling on vacation somewhere and you weren't thinking about work, or you weren't stressed about the future or depressed about the past, you were just focused in that moment. From here on out, it's just going to be more and more noise, and we got to do our best to stay locked in, stay focused. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that quick little commentary. And yeah, if you guys liked the video, leave a like, comment, sub. Make sure you guys stay true. Talk to you guys real soon. Peace.